Hey guys, it's Tony. Welcome back to the channel. And this is going to be a continuation of the 1971 Topps Action Pose series I'm doing. Started that back like May, June maybe. It's been a slog. There's only 52 cards, but there's a lot of people to research, a lot of cool facts to research, and just taking my time with this one. So I think this is episode number 7 or 8, although I guess you'll see my thumbnail and figure out exactly what episode it is. But no matter what, after this episode, there'll be 2 episodes left. One on a set of brothers, who you probably can figure out who that is, who have 2 of the 3 brothers have action poses in the 71 top set. And the last episode is going to be 4 cards. I believe it's 4 cards, 3 of them Hall of Famers, and one maybe in the future, although he's had a really big impact on the game the last 50, 60 years or so. So cool stuff coming up there. So that's coming up soon. This episode though has 8 players, no Hall of Famers, but guys who had a really interesting impact either in their personal lives or for a short time span on the game of baseball. So love to talk about some of these under the radar guys. 8 guys this video. Stay tuned. But before I turn it over and flip it around to the cards, again, if you didn't catch my 1 year subscriber giveaway for 1 year on YouTube video, I'll link that below. The rules for the giveaway and contest are in the description and in the video link below, so make sure you check that out. Check out the rules. Make sure and comment below and on this video or on any video that I release between now and November 23rd. It'll be fun. I hope you all participate. And without further ado, I will turn it back around and talk about 8 more action poses and 8 players from 1971 Topps Baseball. See you soon. Hey guys, we're back, and like I said, we're talking about 8 players with action poses in 1971 Topps. So a little bit longer of a video because there's 8. The next 2 videos will be much shorter with only 3 people, and then the last video will only have 4. So walk through this with me here, and we'll come back with some shorter ones next time. So the first player, I'll put 2 up at a time here, is Mr. Oscar Gamble of the Philadelphia Phillies. So Oscar played from 1969 to 1985, primarily with the Yankees, but also with the Indians, Phillies, White Sox, Padres, and Rangers, and his first year with the Cubs was in 1969 as well. He had an even 200 home runs, but a very unfortunate number of RBI, 666 RBI over his career. He does have a famous Topps traded baseball card, 1976, where he's shown in a Yankee cap with a very large head of hair. Head of hair is not too big here in this Phillies batting pose, but that's a well-known card too. He was discovered playing semi-pro ball by Buck O'Neil, a legendary Negro League baseball player, and at that time, O'Neil was working with the Chicago Cubs, and they did indeed draft him early on. He also has the distinction of getting the last hit and last RBI at Philadelphia's Connie Mack Stadium in 1970. So there's Oscar Gamble, a strong batting pose there. And there is the back of the card. I'll keep that here for right now. Number 2, I'll put it up here, is Tom McCraw. Love these. Some people may not like it, but I like having other people in the picture every now and then. Again, showing him holding someone on first. And I've not done the research to know, I'm sure someone probably has, who that could be. The game, the stadium, all of the above, but I think it's cool to see them there with somebody else. So Tom McCraw, first base for the White Sox. He played from 63 to 75, mostly with the White Sox, but also with the Indians, Angels, and Senators. He was the first player in Angels history to be a designated hitter as well. After playing, he served many years as a batting coach, over 24 seasons, wow, with teams such as the Indians, Giants, Orioles, Mets, Astros, and then the Expos/Nationals. Wikipedia also noted that he served under Frank Robinson on 4 different occasions with 4 different teams. He must have liked him. So there you go. That's Tom McCraw and Oscar Gamble. Put those aside here. Next one up is Mr. Dal Maxville. And look at that. Someone sliding into second base. You got the background of the stadium. You got guys sitting in the dugout and him hopping over, someone sliding into second, it looks like. So really cool action shot there, Mr. Dal Maxville. Cards shortstop. He played from 62 to 75, the majority with the Cardinals, but also with Oakland. Let me put that here. Oakland and Pittsburgh. The majority of his playing time and consistent playing time came in the late 60s and early 70s. He only had 6 home runs over his career and batted .217 lifetime. In 1968, he won a Gold Glove and had his highest batting average at .253 in that year. In all his postseason appearances, he had 101 chances and made 0 errors. So that's pretty good. I got a lot of this, as I like to mention, from Baseball Reference, Wikipedia, and every now and then other articles come up that have notations about the player and their career too. So that is Mr. Dal Maxfield. We'll show the back of that card real quick. There you go. Sorry about the glare. I've got some sun coming in the window here, but hopefully that's okay. Number 4, halfway through, Mr. Rich Reese with a very similar pose to Mr. Oscar Gamble right there at the plate. So Rich Reese showing as the Twins' first baseman. He played 11 seasons, with 10 of those being with the Twins. He had a great 69 year, which stands out among all of his career, with 16 home runs, 69 RBI, and a .322 average. He's the only Twin shown in the 1971 Topps action pose set of pictures, so that's kind of cool. From Wikipedia, he co-holds the record for pinch hit Grand Slam home runs over his career with 3. After baseball, he worked for Jim Beam Brands and actually retired as their CEO in 2003 is what I found. So I did not double check that too much more. I hope that's true, but that's pretty interesting if you went from baseball to being a CEO of a major international business. So there you go, Mr. Rich Reese with the Twins. Nice Twins hat there in the photo. And we will move on. Halfway done. Number 5 is Mr. Mike Paul, pitcher with the Indians. He played from 1968 to 1974 with the Indians, Rangers, and then Cubs. His best year of his career may have been in 72 with the Rangers, where he went 8-9 with a .217 ERA. He played last with the Cubs, and after his major league career was over, he played in the Mexican Baseball League until the early 80s. Lastly, he also attended and was drafted out of the University of Arizona in Tucson, and that's the city I spent most of my time in growing up when I was younger, the U of A in Tucson. So very good there. It does say his home is in Tucson, Arizona, if I can get this to focus. So interesting stuff there. Mr. Mike Paul and his pitching pose there. Number 6 is Deron Johnson, dueling green team lettering up there at the top. Very cool. Deron, I think it's Deron or Darren. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure. Correct me if I'm in the comments there. I'll just say Deron Johnson, first base, Phillies. Played from 1960 through 1976 and played with 8 teams over his career. He's represented here with the Phillies on his 1971 Topps card. He had 245 home runs, 923 RBI, but only had a .244 batting average. He had 2 years of 30-plus home runs in 1965 and 1971, and his best year may have been 1965 with the Reds, where he had a 32 home run, 130 RBI season, and a .287 average. In that year, he came in 4th in MVP voting behind Willie Mays, Sandy Koufax, and Maury Wills. Very cool there, good company there. He served as batting coach for the Angels, Mets, Phillies, Phillies and Mariners. He actually died from lung cancer in the early 1990s at a fairly young age. And in Wikipedia, there's a quote from former teammate Gary Nolan, and put that card back down, saying he was one of the 3 nicest players he got to be around, including Willie Stargell and Hank Aaron. So a couple great years there for Mr. Johnson, high up in the MVP voting in 1965 with the Reds. So there are card number 5 and 6. 2 cards left. Number 7 is Mr. Joe Rudi, shown with the Athletics. Those bright green and yellow uniforms at first base there, and with a runner on first looking to take off or come back to first. Mr. Joe Rudi, he played from 1967 to 1982
mostly with the A's, but also with the Angels and the Red Sox. His best year may have been 1972, where he hit 181 hits, a 305 batting average, and came in second in MVP voting behind Dick Allen. He won 3 consecutive World Series championships with the A's from 72 to 74. He was a 3-time All-Star and a 3-time Gold Glove winner. Wikipedia also says he is a longtime amateur radio operator, and the Wikipedia article on Mr. Rudy actually gives his amateur radio call sign if you want to talk to him, I guess. So very interesting stuff there. I don't know if that means ham radio. It's the same thing as amateur radio, but a member of my family does that as well too, and I guess he has his call sign if you want to talk to him. So check that article out too if you're curious. Mr. Joe Rudy about a little bit about him there. And number 8, wrapping up this video, is Orioles player and outfielder Merv Rettenmund, if I'm saying that correctly. He played from 68 to 1980, mostly with Baltimore, which is where he's shown here on the card. He had over 300 in 1970 and 71, the 2 years he played the most. He won 3 consecutive AL pennants from 69 to 71 with the Orioles, and of course the World Series in 1970. He also got a ring with the 75 Reds and 89 Oakland A's. He lettered in baseball and football during his time at Ball State University, and was actually selected by the Dallas Cowboys in the 19th round of the 1965 draft. So a 2-sport athlete and got picked up by the Cowboys. He would have played, if he had played with the Cowboys and hung on for longer, he would have played with guys like Don Meredith, Roger Staubach, and even got into a Super Bowl there where the Cowboys were. I think it's Super Bowl 5 or 6 in the early 70s. So who knows where he could have been, but he had some pretty good years with the Orioles too at that point. In 1968, he won the Minor League Player of the Year award as well, according to Wikipedia and what I researched. After his major league playing career, he was a hitting coach for the Rangers, A's, Padres, Braves, and Tigers. And he just recently passed away in 2024, so he was with us quite a while there. So, and you can see him there, Yankee Stadium, going back to base there. So you can kind of tell based on where people are playing at, of course, the color of their jerseys, home or away, kind of where things are at. Some are easier to tell than others, but it's kind of why I like the layers of these cards. You've got just not the player, you got the series, maybe the day potentially, the arena, not arena, the stadium they're in, who they're playing certainly, and maybe who else could be in the picture too. Kind of making it a 2-for-1 in some cases. So I like these cards for that reason. So that is it. That's number 7 and 8. That'll be the end of this video. Thank you for popping on and joining. Again, see the link in my description for my the video I posted on my 1 year on YouTube subscriber giveaway. Check that out. Make sure to leave a comment to get in that drawing. And thanks again for watching. 2 more videos to go. Try to get them out here in the next month and kind of move on and wrap this story up and even show at the very end how I store these cards. I've got a binder with some pages that are all in there, and they look great next to each other for sure. So thank you again, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.